Okay, Karthik, I'll go at first. Hi, everyone. I'm Praveen, and I'll be the interviewer, as Karthik mentioned. And there are some rules to be followed. So I think I'll keep it short. And yeah, that's it from my.
Yeah, hi everyone. Myself Saptarshi, and today I will be the interviewee for the click ingestion system.
So, how do you want to do it, Saptarshi? You want the cameras to be on like a real interview, or will you go faceless?
Yeah, I think I will go like this only. Face this. I will share my screen.
Sorry, your audio is a little low for me. Could you uh,
Okay, like
come
I will
closer?
go like this only.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll get started then.
Yeah.
Could you please share your screen and you can use whatever tool required uh, for this interview. So, as you know, the topic we are gonna design an ad click aggregator uh, for Reebok ad campaign. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so this,
Understood.
so this is the question,
Mm,
and I don't want any deduplications or uh, brute force attack on the system. Uh, and also, I want close to real time aggregation count on my dashboard.
okay.
The acceptable range can be a few seconds, meaning 2 to 3 seconds delay is acceptable.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't get what you told.
Okay,
Can you just
yeah,
repeat?
okay,
I
sure,
will
sure.
write down the things.
So you're gonna design me an ad click aggregator for Reebok ad campaign,
Okay.
right? So from the system, I expect there should be no duplication of clicks,
Okay.
no brute force attack, meaning no bots,
Okay. Like fraud. Something.
yeah,
Fraud
fraud
detection.
detection, or also spamming the system.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, Both one is close to real time clicks uh, on the dashboard. The acceptable range can be 2 to 3 seconds. Slight,
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Real time thing. Are you meaning the dashboard?
yeah,
Something.
dashboard click for the customer.
Okay.
We are showing them how many clicks, how many customers are clicking on their ads, and we are showing
Okay.
those things to them.
Okay.
Okay. Apart from that, you need any more questions, or you're clear with
Mm.
requirements?
Yeah. Do we have do we plan to have any kind of billing system or something like that so that the advertiser can bill? They can
Again,
bill.
your voice is dropping. Could you come closer to the system?
Like I was telling, do we need any kind of billing system?
Okay. For now, we'll keep it out of scope for now, but you can have a module, a simple module for future. Right now, let's just focus on the aggregation system.
Okay. Right. Let's start. So first of all, in like in such kind of ad click aggregator system, so the basic thing is like there will be some kind of pop-up shown in the screen, and user will generally click on it. So let's say this is the user. This is the user. They will click on some ad, and when they click on some ad, uh, they will send a kind of an HTTP. Let's say send the user. This is the user. Okay. User will send a HTTP request. Along with it will send some details in that request. I will show. So that user will send an HTTP request to kind of let's say some kind of a service, ingestion service that will like accept that request. And what along with the request, we will also send some other parameters. Let's say like the user ID, and also like we'll send just a second. So let me write it here. We'll send the user ID. We'll send the let's say the ad ID. Okay. We'll send. I think this is small. Okay. We'll send the user ID. We'll send the ad ID. We'll send the advertiser ID. So all this information will send in that request to this particular ingestion service that will be there. So we'll have a kind of an ingestion service. So it will accept all the incoming HTTP requests from the browser. And what it will do is like it will publish. So first of all, once it gets all this information from the browser, it will create a kind of a click event. So the click event will contain all this information: user ID, ad ID, advertiser ID. And what it will do is like it will publish this information into a kind of let's say uh, like a Redis pub subsystem. So we'll have a Redis pub subsystem, and it will like after like the click event will be created. So what this ingestion service will do is like it will kind of send the like publish this information into this Redis pub subsystem. So let's say this is the Redis pub subsystem, and it will like publish it into this particular system, and it will be kind of like so all the clicks for one ad ID will like land on the same partition for like order processing. So like we'll have multiple parts like for ad ID 1, for ad ID 2, like there will be multiple like partitions in this Redis pub subsystem. So let's say like for ad ID 1, let's say this is the ad ID, some ad ID, let's say ad ID 1. And what will happen is like once this thing is like landed over here, like we'll have some kind of like consumers on this side. Like like we'll have multiple consumers, one for the let's say one for like as you told, we need fraud detection. That there will be one for fraud detection and another for like the dashboard thing that we want to achieve. So there will be two services. So I'll talk about this fraud detection later. So I'll cover this one first. So this will be used for the like the real-time processing. So we'll use this service for like real-time processing. So once this click arrives into this particular pub subsystem, this consumer will like kind of but it will like subscribe to this particular ad IDs, and it will like pull the information from here, and it will start processing all the ad IDs at once. So like for this particular ad ID, like there can be multiple, there can be many click events registered. not like one. There can be many click agents registered, and it will like this real-time processing service will like kind of fetch it from this particular area. And then what it will do is kind of like we need like no duplication, right? So like for one particular, like there can be like the user can like click on the ad multiple times, and that should not be like counted. If that is counted, like it will become a duplicate entry. So what we do is like for each particular yeah, like this is the ad id, this is the click event will be there. Yeah, so for each and every like particular click event, we'll store them in kind of a Redis cache over here. Like let's say the click event will be there. Like the for each and every ad ID, we'll have the click event over here. Let's say some sort of like yeah, like the ad ID, user ID, and then some let's say window. So like within a 1 hour time frame, or like let's say if the user clicks on the ad within a 24-hour time frame, it will be counted as duplicate. After like expiry of 24 hour, it will be again kind of considered as a new click. So like we'll consider it, we'll go it that way. So like we'll have this window so that like for every 24 hours the clicks are counted. So after that, if there is any new click made at that time, so we can look into this cache and find out if it is a duplicate click or what. If it is a duplicate click, we will like not process it. So after this click is present over here, yeah, so we need to like get the dashboard. So so what we can have is like a kind of a we can have kind of a like a another small service that it will talk to. Yeah, so what it could do is like it could kind of receive all this click event. Like this will be the like processed click event. So here all the raw click events would be stored. What by raw I mean is that like it can be duplicate also, or it can may not be like it can be a new click event. So here we'll process it, and here we'll store the filtered click events over here in the cache, and it will get like after this window time frame is expired, we'll like reset this entire cache. Does it make sense? Like, are you getting like, or you have questions, anything?
Okay, so you're done?
No, I'm not done. Like,
Okay.
I'm talking.
Okay. So yeah, let's hold for a while. You mentioned you're gonna use. No, first let me ask you why this ad click aggregator is considered very critical system. Can you answer me this?
Critical system in means.
Why do you think we have zero tolerance for this system design? The customers won't be happy if there is even a small simple issue in the system. Why do you think so?
Yeah, it would be because like if their ads are not getting shown, or like if they are not getting the real time data or real time information about their ads, like there can be like revenue drop, or like
Yeah.
it can
Okay.
affect their money.
There would be a revenue loss. Hence, this system is very critical, right?
Yeah.
And you mentioned the third service has Redis PubSub, right?
Yeah.
So can you answer me? Redis is used as a caching system in the
Yes.
software world. Why are you using a caching system as a
Sorry,
database?
like by Redis, I was meaning to say about like Kafka or like Amazon SNS, something like that. A pop-up system. Like
Okay.
this would be like this one. This is the Redis cache
Okay.
that will store the ad ID.
Okay, got it, Saptarshi. So can you answer me what is the difference between a WebSocket and a message bus? Because if you're using Kafka or other service, it's a message bus. And
Mm-hmm.
why don't we use a WebSocket over there? The third
Like
service.
this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
like
will write
if
it as
we
Kafka there because you said it is going to be Kafka.
Yeah, like we don't need a WebSocket, right? WebSocket would mostly be used for like bidirectional communication, and here the ingestion service is just gonna push the data or send the data to this Kafka,
Okay.
Amazon SNS. It does not like need to for this Kafka system, it does not need to like respond back to the ingestion service. Like there is no need for like doing bidirectional communication.
Yeah, you're right. WebSocket is majorly used for client server architecture, and you can use WebSocket for showing the clicks on the dashboard, and it doesn't have. Okay, I'll ask you one more thing. Why are you using Kafka? You said partitioning, right?
Yes.
Uh, what is the need for partitioning?
Like we'll store all the ads by one particular ad ID, right? So
Right.
so that we can process each ad ID by at like even like in parallel or one by one.
Why don't we use a relational database like SQL over there? Why we need specifically Kafka?
Like like from this Kafka, we can this once we publish to this Kafka or to this particular topic of interest, the click event, this particular processing service can automatically subscribe and fetch the data. Whereas if we need to like use a relational database, we need to write it to the disk, and again this service will need to read it from the disk. It will consume a lot of time.
Querying in SQL will take a lot of hit on the time, while Kafka doesn't. So that is what you
Yeah.
mean.
Yes. Like if real-time processing also can be done very fast.
Okay, what other things Kafka can do for us? So, what SQL can't?
Mm, Kafka, like we can have this pops up system that we can
So
subscribe
it
to.
can be used for scaling, right?
Yeah, like
Then,
scaling also it can be used like for scaling we can have multiple servers also, like we can have read only database, write only database. That that way also we can scale. But
so you have the ability to replay in Kafka.
yeah, yes,
So during failures, it can retry and act as a buffer, right?
yeah, it can act as a buffer. Yes,
Okay. Okay. So let's move to the user block. Uh, you mentioned so user is nothing but a browser or a device window where the actual user clicks. So you said the browser will already have the properties of user ID, ad ID enriched into it, right?
yes.
So now using this, how are you going to uh, filter out uh, unusual data which is coming to the ingestion layer, and what ingestion layer would do to this data?
Like there will be need, we will need to have some sort of like authentication there, like that will like kind of do the authentication and do that part. Like
Okay.
there would need to be some sort of key, like yeah, some kind of mechanism will need to have authentication mechanism.
Browser would have SSL, right? It would have authentication, right?
Yeah, like it will have authentication, but how will the ingestion service know if that it is a like a not a kind of a fake request or one?
So basically, you're saying ingestion service would do authentication after the user clicks on the ad.
Not it not like authentication or like that, but yeah, like there will need to be like some sort of like let's say some sort of like when that ad is shown to the user, there will need to be some sort of like specific, let's say some signature key or like something that this ingestion service can verify and confirm that, hey, like this request is not a like a kind of a fraudulent request or something.
Okay. So since the browser is already having the required enriched data, why do we need an API layer over there? We can directly feed it to Kafka, right? What is the need for that ingestion layer? It is costing us, right? That service.
It is like first of all, this ingestion layer will get this information and it will like kind of segregate all this information and create a click event, and it will then publish it into this Kafka or like whatever we have in this middle layer, instead of like directly user hitting over this.
Okay. Okay. So okay, let's
Yeah,
move on
we shouldn't like expose all this kind of system information directly to the user.
right. So
Like we
you're
should
preventing
think
spamming.
not scamming and security also like.
Okay.
Guys, last 10 minutes left.
Okay. So let's move on to this real-time processing block you mentioned. Uh, so what does this block actually do? You said it would do aggregation and show the data to the window, right? Dashboard.
Yeah, like it will have kind of a particular, let's say, window period, like 10 minutes or 15, no, not say 10 minutes, let's say 24 hours. Like within that 24 hours, if like user clicks multiple times, it will be considered as a duplicate click. And after that, we can like push this data into some sort of like database or like SQL service and cache it on like put it into some sort of like CDN so that like it can be delivered to the clients and they can view it in real time.
Okay. So one more final question. So do you think only deduplication is enough for the system, or also you need idempotency?
Idempotency means what? Like, can you explain that?
Okay. You do understand what is deduplication, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Idempotency means if you're doing the same thing twice, the result doesn't matter. Example, even if you get a duplicate click, example in real life system, there might be reason of browser refreshing or some other things. Okay, we might get new clicks, duplicate clicks entered to your real-time process, Kafka and to real-time processing. So, how would you ensure the double click won't change the counter on the dashboard? Because after real-time processing, you're showing the data to your dashboard. Yeah, you can write dashboard over there.
Yeah, like we'll have this Redis cache over here, right?
No.
So
see, the question is you have a duplicate click entered to your real-time processing, and on the dashboard, what you're doing is you're incrementing the counter. After aggregating, you're showing count plus one, right? So what I'm saying is due to reasons like browser refresh or what is the other things? There are many scenarios, okay, which will lead to this duplication. The duplication is one layer of protection, but the second layer should be idempotency, where you're ensuring even though if you're getting duplicates, you will only show the data once. That is on the dashboard after real-time processing. So how would you ensure that? You're just incrementing the counter on the dashboard, right? How would you check over there? It is similar to what you do in Redis.
okay.
Okay, simply put, what you'll do is you'll see if the event, what you did in ingestion service, you'll check for events, right? You'll just ensure if the event is already seen, you'll discard it. If not, you'll increment the counter on the dashboard. So that's idempotency. So you can to tell it in short, when you enter a pub, there would be bounces, right?
Mm-hmm.
To stop uninvited guys to the pub. So
Okay.
that is deduplication, one layer of filtering. And if someone slips by, you would have seen in an Instagram videos, people make a distraction and enter the pub, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once you enter, there would be a CCTV to do something illegal.
Okay.
Like Karthik said, Karthik asked us to join this meeting, and he told us all the things which is restricted. So that is first layer of protection. The second layer is he told he will disconnect those parties from the call. Second layer of protection.
Okay. Understood.
Idempotency. Okay.
Please, last 5 minutes.
Okay. Saptarshi, I'm done here. You have anything for me?
No, like I don't have anything. I think the last thing you told it was a good thing. I told potency, like I didn't know about it.
Okay. 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 I think we can conclude then.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Over to you, Karthik. If you're done.